This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Kentucky mornings start right here on WKYT. We're glad you're with us on this Tuesday. I'm Bill Bryant.
I'm Rebecca Smith. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Got a lot going on. We just moved a reporter, by the way, to Richmond Road. A robbery reported at the Walgreen there. Also at 6:30, heavy rain has caused problems in parts of central and southern Kentucky. We're learning more about how officers rescued a child from high water in Pulaski County overnight.
Governor Matt Bevin is giving an out-of-state law firm $500,000 to probe his predecessor.
Plus, a Madison County man says some priceless pictures and other valuables have been stolen from his home. Now he needs help in trying to get them back.
And we still have some heavy downpours back toward the east. We're trying to move those on out, but until we do, there's still that flooding chance. We're going to go over that, and I'll look at your afternoon forecast coming up.
And let's get to the news. High water did cause issues in several counties across the Commonwealth after yesterday's storms that went into the night.
And for some people in southern Kentucky, some dealt with flooding issues well into the night. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our news desk with details.
Good morning, Rebecca. A father and his 3-year-old daughter were rescued from floodwaters just a few hours ago in Pulaski County. The driver got stuck in high water on a bridge on Norwood Mount Zion Road around 3 o'clock this morning. The father's little 3-year-old was in the back seat, so he was worried the floodwaters would wash her away along with their car. Fortunately, a state trooper was nearby and he carried the little girl to safety. He also helped the father make it to dry land. High water is also causing issues in Anderson County. Dispatchers there say a driver got stuck in floodwaters on Hoop Hole Road, which is near the Bluegrass Parkway and the Washington County line. That driver was also able to escape safely from his truck. And in Clark County, flash flooding is causing some serious problems. Several inches of rain flooded roads in the old Boonesboro Road area, not far from Winchester. The high water trapped some people in their homes for several hours. This morning, we are also hearing reports of high water in Boyle County. We're told the Chaplain River is rising fast in Perryville. While there have been some close calls and scary moments with all of the high water in the region, no injuries have been reported. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, lots of these isolated incidents over a wide area of the Commonwealth. Heavy rain briefly flooded out a handful of streets in the Gardenside neighborhood of Lexington. Witnesses say someone tried to drive through a flooded parking lot off Lancel Road and got stuck. Firefighters were called out, but the water had gone back down by the time they arrived. We're told the driver got out safely and without any help. No injuries were reported in that. And after localized flooding caused issues in a handful of places around the Commonwealth yesterday, we should see things start to dry up a little bit later on today.
Yeah, they're going to try, right? WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris in our First Alert Weather Center with a look at the forecast today.
You know, a lot of people are crossing their fingers early this morning, hoping that that rain moves on out. We're still seeing that flash flood warning in effect for portions down toward Laurel County, and that does include London, East Bernstadt, go off into Rockcastle, which does include the Mount Vernon area, Livingston, and then northern portions of Pulaski County, which does include the places like Eubank, Science Hill, not so much Somerset, but areas northbound. So there's an area there with flash flood warnings until 9 a.m., but you look down toward the southeast, that's where we're seeing some of the heaviest rain. Still bits and pieces to the north, don't get me wrong, over toward Moorhead, we still have some, but the heaviest rain right now over Whitesburg, moving over the mountainous region. This is moving pretty rapidly, so there's some good news for us. And as we track throughout your day, we'll start to see that southern rain for the morning hours try to transition on out of here. The afternoon doesn't look fully dry, but it looks mostly dry. And I'm going to talk about that. And I do have an hour-by-hour forecast. I'm going to take you through it not only today, but for the next few days. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, looking for some improvements. Micah, thank you very much. A man who police say helped a Laurel County teenager run away just days before her body was found in Whitley County will be facing a judge today. Skylar Barnett is charged with unlawful transaction with a minor and some drug charges. He'll be arraigned this afternoon in court. Police say Barnett helped 16-year-old Kaylee Lockaby run away. Her foster parent reported her missing on Friday. That night, her body was found near a home in Whitley County. Investigators still do not know how Lockaby died.
A man accused of murdering a northern Kentucky couple will return to court this week. Kentucky State Police charged Craig Pennington with the murders of Bobby Jones and Crystal Warner in Washington County. So far, the couple's bodies have not been found. The family is not giving up. They're planning on another search for the weekend.
Governor Matt Bevin is paying an out-of-state law firm $500,000 to investigate corruption in state government. Specifically, the Herald-Leader reports the firm is looking for possible violations of state spending rules and coercion of state workers for campaign donations. Bevin has accused his predecessor, Steve Beshear, of such violations. Beshear has denied any wrongdoing and has also accused Bevin of violating campaign finance laws.
A Laurel County mother who police say went on the run with her 5-year-old son gave us her side of the story from jail.
Police say Jamie Allen nearly hit a sheriff's deputy with her car when she drove away from them Saturday morning. They say her little boy was in the car with her. Police say they were trying to arrest Allen for missing a DUI court appearance. Allen told us that she ran from police because she was trying to protect her son.
He knows that I'm not really a bad person. Like, he knows that I was running from the law because I missed the court date, because I didn't want to go to jail. He knows that.
Police say when they arrested Allen, she pulled a knife on them and got into a scuffle with him. She is facing multiple charges, including attempted murder of a police officer. By the way, the child was not injured.
A Clark County woman has been indicted nearly a year after a fire at her home. Anita Raleigh is charged with wanton endangerment and arson after a fire damaged her Winchester home a year ago. Investigators say Raleigh claimed the fire started on a kitchen stove, but they later found out it actually started in a bedroom. Investigators think Raleigh lit paper on fire during an argument, and that led to the fire. A Richmond man is asking for help getting back some priceless mementos that were stolen from him. Kenny Bird says he had his EKU class ring, his passport, and some other things, as well as lots of family photos and flash drives full of pictures locked in a couple of fire safes. He says those safes were stolen from his home in a break-in. He's now asking the public for his photos back. He says there will be no questions asked.
These things are priceless to me. I mean, that's, all we have is our memories, and especially with my grandparents and a lot of those that are passed on now, and this kind of stuff is priceless.
Bird is offering a $500 reward for information that can track down those photos. You can contact his information. You can get his contact information. Go to our website, WKYT.com.
Now 6:38 here on WKYT this morning. Kentucky State Police troopers are getting some pay raises. Those started kicking in yesterday as provisions in the new state budget took effect. State police are hoping that the new raises will help with their recruiting efforts. The raises also include a new pay scale that establishes specific pay rates for each rank based on years of service.
New this morning, a Lexington hospital has been ranked the #1 hospital in the state. U.S. News and World Report ranks the best hospitals, and the release, they say that the University of Kentucky Albert Chandler Hospital is at the top for Kentucky. It is also the only hospital in the state rated as high performing in its cancer care. It's nationally ranked for its geriatric care. Baptist Health, also in Lexington, was ranked 3rd on the list of best hospitals in the state.
Jay Blanton, the spokesperson for UK, letting us know that very early this morning. And yeah, congratulations certainly to that accomplishment for UK Hospital. Well,
University of Kentucky head football coach Mark Stoops will help unveil a special UK-themed hallway at the Kentucky Children's Hospital this morning.
The Hall of Champions features iconic images of UK athletes and coaches that progress to a mural of Commonwealth Stadium eventually. Notable UK athletes featured are former wide receiver Randall Cobb and Basketball Hall of Famer Jamal Mashburn. Others include Coach Mark Stoops as well as Hall of Fame gymnast Jenny Hansen. The hospital says the hallway is meant to inspire and provide an uplifting environment while families are receiving care. Good
cool.
deal.
Yeah. Well, let's get a check of traffic right now.
See what's going on. Let's check in with Officer Don in live drive traffic. He's out at 98.1 The Bull. Good morning.
Good morning. Just check the circle on the inner and outer loops between Tates Creek Road, Nicholasville Road, really over to Versailles Road, and we're moving okay. Now, don't forget in the construction project on Todd's Road, there's still no access to Hayes Boulevard as they continue to work through there. Drive times right now from Nicholasville, 13 minutes, Georgetown, 16, and from Paris, we're running about 18 minutes. Now back to you in the studio.
And you can, of course, listen in to Officer Don and Deanne, whatever they're up to on 98.1 The Bull this morning, and get the latest traffic and weather info anytime with our WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. Download that for free in the app or Google Play stores. A lot more news coming up for you Tuesday, August 2nd on WKYT This Morning.
The Milwaukee Zoo is welcoming a new baby elk. We'll show you more video of this cute little calf when we come back.
Hey, check out the rain trying to move on out. There are improvements in the forecast, and I think a lot of us need those improvements too. I'm going to have that coming up next. Boy, did we get some heavy downpours across the region yesterday, and a lot of that heavy rain still down toward the mountainous regions. Trying to move on out. I had to give it another hour, and then it'll be long gone, and still bits and pieces up northbound. We'll get into that in just a couple of seconds, but here's the look across Hyman, Pippa Passes, still getting some light showers. Whitesburg getting the brunt of it, go down 23 and 119, all the way to Pikeville and Phelps, about to really get in on the action, but really the heaviest part is now moving off into Virginia, so we're really not going to be affected by the heaviest part anymore. Pikeville, you'll get some light rain out of that, and Prestonsburg dealing with that right now across 460. If you roll northbound, go into portions of, say, Rowan County, northern Rowan County, southern portions of Fleming County, Hillsborough area. Sharpsburg, more than likely, this will loop back around and actually clip you and get a few showers out of that. Carlisle, as you roll up 68, that's where we're going to be seeing a couple of those showers too. So, yeah, 64 is going to be a wet go at it in Carter and Rowan County. I'm going to take you hour by hour. Watch this. This will help you plan out the rest of your day. Get off toward 11 a.m., noontime. Bits and pieces. None of this that you're seeing here on the screen is really, really heavy rain that's going to cause major problems. It's nothing like that. These are bits and pieces of showers that will continue to loop on through, and you'll see it fade as we track deep into the afternoon. Here's 2 p.m. Look at that back toward the east. Little bits and pieces here and there. And then you head off towards your 3, 4, 5 p.m. and look what's happening. It's just slowly dwindling away. That's good news. Here's 6 p.m. Can you grill out later on tonight, later on this evening? Finally, yes. Down southeast, possibly. Yeah, you still have that small chance during that time, but 5, 6 p.m. is when I expect most of this to be long gone. So here's your 3-day threat tracker. Tomorrow, it's mainly dry. So this afternoon is mostly dry. Tomorrow, it's mainly dry. Thursday is mostly dry, only a small chance of rain. We're looking much better. I mean, there are big-time improvements. We needed that aid, and we're going to get that the next few days. A couple of rumbles there on Friday, but nothing to really be worried about as of right now. We'll watch that in the days to come. But if we can really dry some things out the next 3 days, this afternoon, tomorrow, and Thursday, that'll help us out tremendously. Get those creeks and streams down. That's what we really need. I was asked, what is the wettest summer on record? Are we even close to it? 23.21 inches. 23 inches is the wettest summer on record here in Lexington. We're at 12.61, so we're still far off, but you got to remember we still have a month to go too. So we're about half of where we could be at the end of summer to break the wettest record. But I don't see that happening. However, I didn't see this happening just 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, just one storm after another, man. We go through these patterns where it's just like that. 2 weeks ago, it was really, really wet. 1 week ago, it was really hot. This week is really, really wet, and that's just the way it's been going. So hopefully we can drop that trend and just have it.
Hopefully.
And throughout a day, it's like, yeah, you're going to get some sunshine. Yes, you may get a storm. Yes.
How do you even make plans?
So it's pretty tough, yeah. Understand. Thank you.
Goes.
Coming up on 6:47, the Milwaukee Zoo is celebrating a brand new addition.
Zoo officials say a female baby elk was born. It was the first baby elk to be housed at the zoo in more than 20 years. Isn't it sweet? The little calf has not been named yet, but she's the first surviving calf for her 6-year-old mother and 17-year-old father. Zookeepers say the bond between baby and her mom is strong, and the baby is already fitting in with the herd. Zoo officials say they hope to have a name for her very soon. Very cute.
She is cute and seems to love to wallow around there and eat as well.
Enjoying that summer as you should in Milwaukee.
Yeah, there you go. That's the way to do summer. Good to have you along on WKYT this morning.
We have more news. Stick around with us.
Coming up, an unprecedented travel warning from the CDC about the Zika virus in Florida. We'll talk to Governor Rick Scott about the state's effort to contain the spread. Plus, Eric Trump joins us in Studio 57. More real news coming up on CBS This Morning, next.
Welcome back in at 6:50. A developing story in Lexington is making headlines this morning. Bill joins us with a look at what else is trending on the web.
Here at WKYT News, we have just confirmed that Lexington police are investigating a robbery at the Walgreens on Richmond Road. It happened just a little bit ago, about 30 minutes ago, in the Idle Hour Shopping Center. Here's video just in. Police say a man with a neck tattoo and a mask on his face stole cash from that drugstore. He was wearing khaki shorts and a green button-down shirt. Police say the man may also have a weapon as they look for him this morning. We are also monitoring weather in Pulaski County. A father and daughter were rescued from floodwater overnight. State police say a man got stuck in his car in high water on Norwood Mount Zion Road. A trooper happened to be in the area and carried the little girl to safety and then helped out the driver as well. And Governor Matt Bevin has hired an out-of-state law firm to investigate claims of corruption in the previous administration. The two-year contract is worth $500,000. We'll keep you updated all day on WKYT.com.
Thank you, Bill. A new state law allows some felons to have their convictions expunged, but the process could be somewhat confusing. That's why a group is offering a free expungement information session tonight. The event is hosted by the Kentucky Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, the Department of Public Advocacy, Clean Slate Kentucky, and Legal Aid of the Bluegrass. The workshop is designed to help people understand and navigate the felony expungement process. The law is a result of House Bill 40, which was passed this year and allows judges to expunge certain low-level felonies if the applicant has abstained from criminal activity for 5 years. The workshop is tonight at 6 at Lexington's Central Library downtown. Donald Trump says he fears the upcoming general election is going to be rigged. At a campaign rally last night, he didn't say how it would be rigged, but he did pick up his attacks against his opponent, Hillary Clinton. Hannah Daniels has the latest.
Donald Trump did not hold back while criticizing Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders' decision to endorse Hillary Clinton.
He made a deal with the devil. She's the devil. He made a deal with the devil.
As the GOP presidential candidate campaigned in front of thousands of supporters in Pennsylvania last night, the bipartisan backlash continues to mount over his comments about the parents of a fallen Muslim American soldier. In an interview on Fox News, Trump was asked about the controversy.
You did call this man's son a hero, did you not?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Whenever you have the Gold Star families, I mean, these are great people, great families, frankly.
Another billionaire businessman was on the campaign trail on Monday, Warren Buffett. Buffett endorsed Hillary Clinton during a rally in his hometown of Omaha, Nebraska.
This is the greatest nation on earth, and our best days are still ahead of us.
A new CBS poll shows Hillary Clinton with a 7-point lead over Trump after the Democratic convention last week. Hannah Daniels, CBS News.
Hillary Clinton is off the campaign trail today while Donald Trump holds a rally in Ashburn, Virginia. The CDC is dispatching an emergency response team to a South Florida neighborhood at the center of a Zika outbreak. Yesterday, federal health officials issued a travel advisory for pregnant women to stay away from the Wynwood and Edgewater communities north of Miami after more cases of the virus were discovered there. The state's governor says there are now 14 cases of locally transmitted Zika in the state, affecting 12 men and 2 women.
Washington State is suing Comcast for $100 million for what they're calling a pattern of deceptive practices constituting more than 1.8 million individual violations of the Washington Consumer Protection Act. According to the Attorney General there, these violations impacted about 500,000 customers in Washington. Comcast says it was surprised by the lawsuit. Comcast Corporation is a cable, internet and entertainment communications company that's divided into 2 primary businesses, Comcast Cable and NBC Universal.
It's one of the most universal recommendations in all of public health: floss daily to prevent gum disease and cavities. Except there's little proof that flossing works, apparently. The federal government removed flossing from its annual guidelines this year, saying its effectiveness has never been officially researched as required. That is shocking, because how many times are you in that dental chair and they say floss, floss, floss every day? Have you been flossing? What's more, a review by the Associated Press of 25 studies found little proof that flossing actually works. Who knew? Yeah, very interesting. New this morning, a popular Lexington restaurant is closed, at least for now. The Herald Leader says the owner of Rincon Mexicano on Euclid Avenue is weighing her options. The Mexican restaurant closed Sunday. It's been in Chevy Chase for 24 years.
Kentucky American Water will be hosting its 7th annual Waterfest Community Open House tonight. That'll be here in Lexington. The event explains how we get our drinking water, and tours will be given of the treatment plant. Plus, there will be activities for kids. That event is from 4:30 until 7:30 at the company's Richmond Road location. It is free and is open to the public. An opportunity to find out how that water comes from the Kentucky River.
Yeah.
It's held in some reservoirs and eventually
Pretty
treated and comes right to your tap. There you go.
Let's check in right now with Micah for a look at our weather.
Yeah, and we still have some showers out there early this morning. Remember, that flash flood warning goes into effect through 9 a.m. for that Laurel, Rockcastle, and also northern Pulaski County areas. Now, the heaviest rain is now moving on out. There's still bits and pieces down toward the southeast. It's getting over the mountainous regions off into Virginia. Virginia, you guys can have that. We don't want it anymore. Up north, we still have a few showers left over. If you go up 32 from Moorhead and Rowan County all the way to Flemingsburg, that's a wet go at it right there, especially across the line of Rowan County and Fleming County. Hillsboro, you're kind of in that void right there, but you're still in the mix with some showers. Sharpsburg, heads up. This is actually heading southbound into your neck of the woods here in just about 30 minutes or so. And then the look toward the afternoon, guys. Watch this look hour by hour. You get off toward 9 a.m., 10 a.m., still a couple of showers left over. By the afternoon, though, it continues to decrease. There's some good news for us. Afternoon, mostly dry.
All right. Well, this flossing study requires more study, right?
I need more information.
Nobody's more...